Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the far reaches of space and the weekly vlog. What's new with me, you might ask, 'cause besides being out in the far reaches of space? Well, I have a new free kimono that I got, a free part of a kimono known as a Mon Suki Haori, and it's one of these, the outerwear, the jackets part of the kimono, and it has these wonderful sleeves that serve as pockets as well. Long sleeves where you can store your senbei crackers, so you can have some discreet samurai snacking on the go. I like anything with pockets. I think pockets are useful, and these are inventive pockets at the end of your sleeves. So I thought that was interesting. Speaking of interesting, and I like Japanese things, so yeah, I like it. Even though maybe not exactly my color, but I think it goes well with red. You got the red and the gold, so sure. I think it's nice. It's nice. It's free, and I like Japanese things, so yes, I like it. So, anyways, speaking of Japanese things, if you recall, I played the game Kunio-kun Dodgeball. Well, I learned something kind of somber about Japanese history and something interesting about that game. Well, I recall that the boss of that game, the environment of his stage was kind of like, I was wondering, like, is this place a dodgeball cult? There was all these people worshiping dodgeball, like dodgeball, dodgeball. I was like, is this some sort of dodgeball cult? Yes, it was absolutely a dodgeball cult and a parody on the cult known as Shinryoko Arun? Was it Arun Shinryoko or Shinryoko Arun? The cult that committed the horrible Matsumoto incident. And I only learned about this recently because I watched a documentary about the Matsumoto incident, and, well, quite frankly, that documentary made me cry because just there was no particular really sad moment except for the totality of the Matsumoto incident was probably one of the worst incidents of terrorism incidents in Japan. At least one of the worst cult-related incidents of terror in Japan. Where packets of sarin gas were unleashed upon the Japanese public through the subway system. And a lot of people were injured and killed. And a lot of games and movies and things have references to the Matsumoto incident and that particular cult that I was unaware of. Like, well, for example, I mean, I remember learning from a what was it? Game theory episode about that cult because there was a reference to it in what was it? Earthbound, but I didn't realize that the leader of the cult claimed to have superpowers. He claimed to be able to levitate and things like that, and that's why the boss of that dodgeball game was that cult leader where he wore purple and he could levitate and stuff. They were poking fun at what if he did have the superpowers that he claimed to have. But yeah, if somebody claims to have superpowers, either they're crazy or they're lying or both, but it's a giant red flag. And I guess what's kind of interesting about the Matsumoto incident is how naive the Japanese people were engaging, how naive they were in engaging this cult, and they just I don't think they had dealt much with cults before, but they certainly wised up to the whole idea of cults after the Matsumoto incident, and so yeah, cults are dangerous. I'll say that. What exactly constitutes a cult and where we draw the line? That's a completely different discussion for another time. But in any case, that was interesting. Recently, a thing I learned about the Matsumoto incident, and that a lot of Japanese movies and video games have references to it, more so than I was aware of. Anyways, check this out. I've been messing with open broadcasting software a lot, so I meant for this vlog to come out a little bit earlier, but instead I just got really interested in the special effects that I can cause to occur. And this I discovered this completely by mistake. But check this out: I'm in space now. Whoa! I'm being drained away in space. There's a black hole. There's a black hole in space. I can get infinite, but look, infinite free senbei. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. All right, I'm making a trail. I'm making a Tiegon trail of Tiegonness going off into the distance. I don't know. I think this is really cool. Or look at this. I'm making a roadway. I'm making a roadway with my head. It's like a path. Follow the road. Or just all sorts of other weird stuff. My hands are a landscape. A handscape. Going off into the distance for infinity. I think that's amazingly cool looking and satisfying and feeling, and oh, it's just, I don't know, this is fun. You know, if they talk about those videos like the most satisfying thing in the world, I think this is one of those things that's just like, oh, that's just, oh, look at that, that's just fun, that's satisfying to do. Hands for infinity going off into the distance. And then I discovered this effect too, the radiating towards you effect. Wah, ooh, ah. Or I can cut out the webcam. Just an excuse to make a bunch of different faces. All right. Well, anyways, I had fun with that. But then, like, there's this radiate outwards one where you're just, like, radiating outwards. And then I can put, like, an image behind it. It's like, we're going into hyperspace, everyone. We're going into hyperspace. Which, you know, hyperspace. I think hyperspace would be the perfect place to eat senbei because, you know, you're bound to get all sorts of weird stomach problems. Infinite hyperspace senbei. Which is quite wonderful. Hyperspace senbei. Oh, right, because the microphone's here, it gets cut off. No. This is now officially a hyper senbei. Suffice to say, I highly recommend senbei. They taste great. Nice and it's an interesting senbei rice crackers are an interesting combination of sweet and salty. Anyways, another thing I was messing with, like, I like this particular effect. Like I can make my nose or my eyes appear. Get the angle right. Whoa! Anyways, I don't know. I've been having way too much fun just playing with all these effects. But anyways, that's enough of hyperspace. We have arrived at our destination. So, thank you very much for making this possible once again to my patrons. That's your infinite. We have reached infinity, so infinite thanks to my patrons. I really can't thank you enough. So, Trevor McAleese, Todd Harmon, Joseph Tice, Trevor McAleese, infinite thanks to you for your infinite support, and infinite thanks to you, all of you, to infinity, for infinity, as this video is going to be up for infinity, hopefully, as long as YouTube will last for infinity, and my words will last for infinity. So infinity thanks to you for your infinity views, for infinity, and that's it. Watch my infinite hands guide fall infinitely into the infinite distance, and think of your impending. And I hope this video causes you and many others infinite happiness, infinite thanks, and an infinite number of good nights. Good night.